Well, hello there YouTube, me again. Now if you've seen my last video, you'll probably notice that I'm wearing exactly the same clobber as what I had on my previous one, but obviously I'm now filming this one, and the last one that you just watched was an outro to my other video that was telling you how the car was running after getting it fixed. Now as said, the spark plugs in this have, I think, gone, or the gap needs to be changed to 0.7mm. I did change the plugs, I don't know, probably about 2 years ago, and obviously the car sat here for 2 years now, so I'm hoping either the spark plugs are gone, the core pack's gone, or the leads are gone. Well, I'm not hoping that any of them are gone, but you know what I mean, I want to get everything fixed on this car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to take the spark plugs out, have a little look, see what they look like, and then check the gap and go from there. So looking at this, we've got the core pack here with the HT leads, and this one here looks a little bit suspect, so I've probably had that for quite a while now, so I might want to change that one. And these run all the way to here, and obviously these then go onto the spark plugs. So I'm going to whip them out now, check the spark plugs and check what they look like. Okay, well I've got them out of the car now. To look at, they're not in great shape. They're not terrible. Lots of unburnt fuel there on the back of it. There. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the gap, because that gap there should be around about 0.7mm. So I'm going to clean these up, change it to 0.7mm, stick them in the car and then take it for a run and see what happens. So basically that's 0.7mm on this tip here. Spark plug there in between here. And basically this should just slide through and catch just nicely, which it doesn't. So I need to give it a little tap on the old vise. Yeah, so that's better. So I don't think these were gapped properly. I only got myself to blame. Yeah, so I'll give these a bit of a tap. Feels alright. Well out. Perfect. This one. Again. Well out. Don't want to hit it too hard, because otherwise it goes down to about 0.2mm and then you have to mess around with it. Which I've done on that one. Bollocks. A little more. God, this is painful. Well, I think that's it. So now I'm going to clean the plugs up. If I can find my wire brush. Oh, that has seen some better days, that brush. Tell you that, look at that. Nice. If I need to get some new ones, then obviously I will, but I'm just going to gap them for now, just to see if the gap's good. Like I say, they're probably about 0.9mm. I'll clean these bad boys up. Get back in and we'll take her out for a spin. Now I'm probably not going to drive it until tomorrow because it's getting late. I don't want to get the car out and piss all the neighbours off. Now all that black stuff that is on there, what was on there, is all unburnt fuel. Obviously now I've cleaned them all up a little bit. They'll probably get caked in it again, but so all that is unburnt fuel. Just give it a little clean up. Doesn't matter about the end because it's going to get covered anyway. But just while they're going back in, I'll just make them a bit neater. Now I know something as silly as this shouldn't really stop the car, but literally that gap there is obviously where the spark happens. So in between here and here is where the spark happens. If it's too big, then the spark's got further to jump, and then it blows out all the boost. So if there's too much boost running through the car, then the boost, where there's a spark, the boost just blows it out, and then it obviously doesn't ignite, and that leads to a misfire. Okay, so one quick tip when putting these in. These are really delicate, so really go carefully. What I normally do is I'll put them into the spark plug socket like that, like that, like that. That's it. So I put it in there like that. Then I'll put it in hand tight first, and then I'll just finish it off with the socket. I'll just get the thread started. Just give it a little nip. You don't want to snap this in the. Lost the rubber thing. Brilliant. That's it. The little rubber insert keeps popping out of this. Brilliant. Just what you need. Just like I say, get the thread started so you don't cross thread it. Nothing, you don't want anything like that cross threaded. Goes tight, just give it a little, tiny little turn. That'll work that time. Right, that's that. Then all we've got to do is put the plugs back on. And I think I might have found the problem. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but basically if you look down there, you probably won't see it that well, but it's very, very corroded. See it? All that corrosion down there. Now I think that's what's causing me my misfire, because that looks, you can't really make it out on camera, but that looks absolutely knackered. So I think I'll be ordering a new set of leads anytime soon, get them changed over, and then give that a crack and see what happens. Okay, so yesterday we found the problem with the misfire, hopefully. So I think it's one of the HT leads has actually gone rusty, and I think it's corroded and completely worn out. So luckily for me, one of my friends, James, has actually got a spare set that he's going to send over to me. So I should get them hopefully by the end of the week. So when I get delivery of those, I'm going to fit them onto the car and then take it out for a drive. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that actually solves the problem. The lighting in this garage is not very good, as you can see. Well, it looks okay, but obviously I've got ISO 800 at the minute, I can see. So what I want to try and do is, behind me on my workbench, I've got no lights whatsoever. So what I've done is gone ahead and bought these. These are Rolitix. There you go. Rolitix LED strips, 5 metres. So I'm going to fit them to the underneath of my cabinets here. So hopefully that'll give better brightness this way. And then obviously when I'm working on the workbench there, I can actually see it. Because when I was filming yesterday on the spark plugs, I don't think you could really make out what I was doing, unfortunately. So I'll go ahead and fit them now and then see what they look like. Alright, so about 10 minutes of messing around and I finally got the lights working. They're not too bad, they don't really give enough light this way, to be honest. I'll show you if I switch them on. It'll say it lights up my face a bit better, which is probably not a good thing for you lot. But it doesn't really light up the car, but for me here, I'll show you, it sort of, ignore the mess. But it does allow me to sort of work on this a bit better. So that was it, off. And that's a bit on. Now obviously all of this crap here and all of this stuff around here, everything, it's all going to be cleared up because I just can't stand all of this mess. But where the car's been in here for 2 years and I've not really been bothered, I need to start getting rid of some of it, so that'll be my next mission. So I've got the new parts delivered now, so massive thanks to my friend James for sending these out to me. So what we've got is we've got a non-genuine coil pack. So this is not Ford specific, but it is an aftermarket coil pack. Well, I won't be using that because I don't actually need to replace that, fingers crossed. And also these, nice packaging by the way, mate. So these are non-genuine HT leads, but we're going to test these on the car and see how they work. If it sorts out the misfire, then at least I know it was the leads that was causing the problems. We've done the gapping of the plugs as well, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything should be good. But like I say, if these do work, then I'm going to buy some brand new ones from Ford, but I think they're about 120 quid, which is not the best. Then also, while I was at it, why not, I bought some new tools. So I've got this extra long ratchet from Laser, so it's just basically just like a longer version. I bought this cheap little thing from eBay, so basically it's one of them sort of adjustable ones, so you can fit sort of any size sort of socket in there, or you can fit any sort of nut size in there, from 7 to 19. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably going to break. It's a rubbish eBay job for about £6, but it's probably going to break, but that's fine. And then also for my impact gun, I've also got some US Pro deep sockets. And then I've got some shallow sockets as well, the US Pro impact gun ones, because all mine are the Halfords ones, which are good, but they're not really meant for impact guns. So all that out of the way, what we'll do now is we'll get fitting new leads. Okay, so we've got the new leads on now, all brand new. So let's fire her up and make sure she starts right, and then what I attempt to do is take her out for a spin and then see if she's still misfiring, but let's hope not. Right, so good news, the leads have seemed to have worked, so thanks James for that. That's now fixed the car. So what's next? Well, I'm going to book up the track day on the 10th of April so I can actually now join my friends and take the car out for a good spin. So the next video I do now, thank God, will be to review my car. Well, I'm not necessarily going to review it because I'm going to be biased and say it's the best car in the world anyway. But obviously I can get you some rolling shots, etc. on this car. So if you made it this far, please subscribe to the channel and I'll speak to you soon.